Former chieftain of the Labour Party, Kenneth Okonkwo, on Wednesday declared that Nigeria's current political leaders in both the government and opposition have failed the citizens and should not be given another chance to dominate the politics of the next general election. Okonkwo, who's a lawyer, called on President Tinubu, former Vice President Atiku and Peter Obi to step aside for fresh faces to emerge. His call has come following reports that leaders of the three strongest opposition parties in Nigeria were planning to form a merger to unseat the ruling All Progressives Congress at the next elections. Arise News analyst Dayo Sobowale joins us now to consider the possible merits and demerits of this call. Good afternoon, Mr. Sobowale. Thank you so much for joining us.
Good afternoon. It's a pleasure being here as usual.
And what do you make of this call by Kenneth? Is it important? Is it imperative? Is it relevant?
Well, you have brought it on the table.
Yes.
I don't know this guy, but he's entitled to his opinion. But why that should be a national discussion is what I do not know. But then, that's what's on the table. He's a member. Well, I don't know him. You know him.
Yeah, a lot of people do know him.
That's right. Can I talk?
Go ahead, please.
What is important is the call he has made. You see, given the mood of the nation now, people will say all these leaders will just disappear. But you see, that's wishful thinking. And leaders don't eliminate themselves from the stage. A saying says an actor quits when the ovation is loudest. That is not applicable to politics. And you say he's a politician, he's popular in your domain.
No, so he's an actor. No, we must clarify it. Yeah. He's an actor, a popular actor turned barrister or lawyer that now delved into politics and was very famous for supporting Peter Obi, and he was part of his presidential campaign committee moving forward. So
obviously,
yes.
You hold on. Are you campaigning for him?
No, I'm just telling you. I'm just reading out.
You hold on. Obviously now, he has said Obi too should quit the stage.
This so
he must have parted company.
Yeah, with Labour Party. Yes.
Remember, that is politics.
Yes, true.
That is politics. Agreement, disagreement, dissent, and all that. But you see, let me tell you, he's backing at the moon. He's backing at the moon. Because you have strong political parties, including even Obi's own now. If Obi was not strong in Labour Party before, the election results made him a force to reckon with. So for somebody to come out and say Atiku, Tinubu, Obi should vamoose into thin air, that's wishful thinking. It's not easy. And let me tell you why, before I go on. We have a political class in Nigeria. That is, I will try and identify the power centers in Nigeria political system now. You have this political class I'm talking about. Then you have the entrenched political parties. Then you have the possible coalitions from these forces. And then you have the unknown factor. You get me? And I will explain. The political class is so entrenched, it is like a monopoly in industry. You know, if you have a monopoly in the industry, it fixes the price. It limits the entry into the competition. That is what you have here now. The political class, in all the parties, they are entrenched. And when I mean entrenchment, they are relevant and powerful and influential in terms of the money resources they have to buy power. You get me? So it is not easy for an outsider to break in. You get me? That is number one. Then you have the two political parties who have tasted power. You get me? PDP has been in power for as long as you can remember. You get me now? Since 1999. And then APC too has tasted power for 8 years. They are entrenched political class. I will say something that some people have said they find interesting. It is that this political class, which I mentioned earlier, is like the colonial power vis-a-vis colonial Nigeria. They are a set apart. They run the government from afar, even though they gave some latitude for political participation by Nigeria. This is what you're having now. You have a political, I'm doing an analysis, and I mentioned three forces. I've just done two.
Okay, because for the brevity of time, permit me to interject so that we can probably...
I want to go on with those forces. It's my time.
Yes, yes.
We have the political class.
Okay.
You have the political parties. Now you have, forces that are lost in the election and so on, who are trying to form coalitions, mergers.
Okay.
They are there. And then, may God help us, that there is the unknown force. The unknown force may be some wealthy person that can just come in, buy everybody, get some goodwill, and get into power. Otherwise, the only force that can take political parties out of power is military intervention.
All right.
That's right.
So where I was going to with this is probably taking it from an angle, because my understanding of what he's trying to say is that why don't we, like the APC did leading up to 2015, form a coalition whereby we seek to bring a new face and a new force to the fore? Because
he is condemning the coalition.
Because
I'm brief for him. What he's saying.
We are trying to dissect what he's saying, and if you're looking at the spirit of what he's saying, because the people, the known faces, the experience has, so to speak, in politics, have let us down, because they sold former President Muhammadu Buhari to us as a man who understood
that is one party.
Yes, and in the same vein, they've sold, the PDP has sold Atiku to us.
Do a broad analysis.
Let's
do a broad analysis.
So now, just hold on.
Hold brief for
no, I'm not holding brief. I'm only trying to
let
me ask my own question now.
You have not asked, and you are doing analysis for the...
I'm not doing analysis. I'm getting somewhere. So now the question is very simple. Why don't we have the political forces, like we're doing leading up to this particular election, begin to think outside the box and look away from this particular known faces and go to somewhere unknown?
To why I said is backing at the moon. You get me? And I was trying to show you why. And I've narrated 4 forces that are on the ground. You are not looking at that. You are holding your own brief.
Okay, Mr. Sobowale, in about 10 seconds, we did interview Kenneth earlier this week. I believe it was Vimbai and myself. And one of the things he said was that after the election, the loss that the opposition suffered, that they shouldn't have just started planning towards 2027, that what they should have done was to consolidate and form alliances which would have led them to produce the speaker and vice.
We have said that here before. It was not the first president.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that he's the...
You even mentioned Atiku. No, that Atiku should have been thinking of rebuilding his party.
Yes, I'm just saying. Do you agree
what
with?
What I said is not new.
I'm not saying it's new, but I'm just trying to take a quote from the earlier discussion. But do you agree with him that that's where the focus should have gone, as opposed to planning to form a merger towards 2027?
Agree. That is one angle. Of the solution. You get me? There are so many, politics is ubiquitous. It's everywhere. And it has so many dimensions. And like I told you, the most important thing I told you, which you have ignored, is that the only people that can clear politicians from the place is military intervention. We don't want that as of now. But when I started out, I said the mood that we are in now, people are not happy with politicians. You get me? So that is the core of the matter. Nobody is happy with the situation as it is, but we must be realistic and pragmatic.
All right,
and
thank you very much.
At the mood.
All right, Mr. Dayo Sobowale, thank you very much for your time here on this.